What if this fuel crisis is part of a bigger plan? All right, guys. So, as theory goes, this manufactured fuel shortage that everyone's seeing around the world is most likely a part of the elite's plan to get rid of automobiles. So we all know, guys, that they want us to rely completely on them. We all know that they want to start 15-minute cities or smart cities or AI run cities that have no vehicles in them. Cities like New York and places like California, different cities throughout California, have those e-bike programs, right? You know, you pay $1, whatever it is, $2, and then you rent the bike for the day or a couple of hours, whatever it is. That's part of you not using your vehicles. Now, a lot of people do use those, and they still have vehicles, but they want us to get rid of our vehicles altogether. We have places like New York City that are getting rid of free parking. So there are streets where you can still park your car at least for like a couple days without having to move it. Now they want to get rid of that, and they want to put, I guess, meters there or a meter stand, and you have to go to this, scan your plate or some shit, put in your plate number, and then pay for your ticket through there or your meter there. So anyway, they want to start doing that in cities like New York, and they've been doing it in other places, especially Democrat-run or liberal cities. Like, they're all on board with this, get the cars out of here. You have New York City, who got rid of a lot of parking by putting those e-bikes in its place. You had New York City, again, take streets, close them down, and make them pedestrian streets or pedestrian walkways. So now that creates more traffic. Then you had them take streets that had like 4 to 6 lanes across, now down to 1, because one part is a pedestrian walkway. They gave you 1 lane, and then they added a bike lane, and then they added like a buffer zone so that you don't hit the idiots that are now walking in the pedestrian way. Nonetheless, guys, this is part of their plan. So now the fuel crisis that we're looking at, Trump goes, oh, I'm going to do something nice. I created this issue, but I'm going to have you put E15 fuel in your car. E15 fuels destroys cars. First of all, you burn through that fuel a lot faster than you would E10 or regular gasoline. Secondly, it erodes or eats at a lot of the plastic pieces inside your car. So now, not only are you burning through gas a lot faster, spending more money to get that gas back in your car, now you got to fix whatever problem's going on with your car. There are people already reporting that their car is running and acting funny. Already reporting this. And we're only about a week or so in. I think a lot of the gas stations were given the green light as soon as the Strait of Hormuz was blocked, and they were talking about gas shortage, because a lot of people, a week before Trump signed that bill, they were complaining about their cars running weird and that they were burning through their fuel, and half the time it took them to burn through it than they normally would. So one guy said, I can go a whole week before I had to fill up my car again, which cost me $80. He goes, I got the Tuesday night Wednesday, I filled up my car, it cost me $80. He goes, something is wrong. He goes, and I'm doing the same distance. I'm not going anywhere different. I'm not visiting here. I'm going to work, home, work. That's it. And he noticed that he was spending double the amount. So again, he was complaining about that, and other people in the comment section under his video were agreeing with him. They're like, yeah, my car's running weird. I don't know what's wrong. They might not be doing the same distance or even traveling that much, but their cars are running funny. So this whole E15 thing that people like, that's my president, you're a cocksucker, because now he's destroying your car. Not only is fuel prices going up, not only will we see food prices in the next couple of weeks go up, now your car is going to get destroyed because they're allowing this bullshit gas in it. And of course, guys, they push the nonsense that, well, E15 fuel it's good for the environment, it's this, it's that. Okay, so now you're destroying my car. But now you have people talking about getting yourself an e-car. Now, e-cars and even new gasoline cars, they're coming out with these chips in it where apparently if the government or the car company wants, they can lock you out of your car and repo it. So it drives itself back, or they lock you out of your car, you can't get in, and then it gets towed by whatever means it gets towed. The amount of control, guys, that they're initiating, they're doing it fast. We are going to fucking blink and we're going to look and we're going to be like, where the fuck did society go? We're already doing that now. This is 2026, and people are like, where the fuck did America go? It's gone. Because we got two sets of morons running this country. We have Democrats, we have Republicans, we have left-leaning liberals, we have stupid MAGA followers. We got idiots everywhere now, all over the place. You even have some people now standing in the middle just saying dumb, oddball, crazy shit. I'm like, what? Nothing is making sense anymore. And that's the game, is to keep us divided so we don't pay attention to the amount of bullshit that they're adding to our gas, so we don't pay attention as much to the prices of food and gas going up. They keep us at odds so we don't argue and scream about that. Meanwhile, all of us together are collectively getting fucked in the ass the same way. Yet somehow we're still fighting with one another over shit that really doesn't matter. What matters is getting this country back on track, making sure our cars don't break down, making sure we don't spend more money on fuel and food. That's what matters. But instead, you got people going, oh, it's okay to deal with a little higher price of gas as long as we end the terrorist regime. What? And Trump made that comment, or in a roundabout way he made that comment, now you got people repeating this shit. So somebody said that on Facebook, and I was like, no way did he say that. Because they didn't say he said it, they said it. But in my head, I'm like, that's something Trump would say. So I Googled it, and he said something in regards to, a little higher gas prices now is good for us as long as we end that terrorist regime. Something to that statement. I was like, so fuck us to get a country that they should have been left to their own device. They should have been left alone. But people are, they're killing people, they're killing protesters. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what they do in their country. It is their country for a fucking reason. You want to talk about killing people and protesters? Let's look in North Korea. Why don't we attack them? Why don't we attack other Asian countries that do the same exact shit? Oh, wait, no, I forgot. Because Israel didn't tell him to attack those countries. There are way worse countries that make Iran look like a place you want to visit. Do not get me wrong. That is not a place you want to live either. Because you got these liberal morons downtown talking about Iran and leave them alone. And I'm like, they would throw you off a roof in a hot second. And the ladies who think that they're, liberal, hardworking, fighting the cause, go to Iran with that bullshit. Watch how fast they fucking tackle you up in one of those burqa things and force you to walk around in it. You're not going to like it. But these morons in today's society here in the United States, we collectively are stupider than ever. Because we are so divided amongst one another, we're not noticing that the divide is being done on purpose so that we stay at each other's necks so we don't fight the problem that needs to be fought, which is the political system in this country and the politicians that are running this country. We should be tying nooses around their nutsacks and right through the streets. The liberal, or rather the political women, around their titties or some shit, down the street. Things need to be changed, and we're not changing any of it because we're sitting there going after each other over stupid shit on whether or not we should be in Iran. Whether or not Charlie Kirk was killed by Mossad or United States government or Tyler Robbins. Tyler Robbins didn't do it, by the way. So that's what we're arguing about. We're still arguing about whether or not the earth is flat. This shit, and this is coming back. Like, this is coming back hard. There are so many groups out there talking about the earth is flat and flat earthers. You guys just sound stupid. And I know every time I say this, I lose a flat earther. I do not care. There's just so many stupidity things I could think of or deal with. Sorry, that's not one of them. That and the fact that people like spam. I can't deal with any of those two. I really can't. People like spam is so tasty. Yum, yum, yum. You better yum your way out of this fucking channel. Don't. Spam is garbage. It's shit. It was a nightmare when I grew up around it because my father would cook it. My brother and I would be like, oh no, because we knew what that meant. We knew that the house was going to smell like shit for hours, if not days. Anyway, sorry about that rant, but this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.